Alright, so I've been messing around with some tools, buying some stuff for my little bike workshop, and I was kind of debating whether to get the Harbor Freight um, T-handle hex key set versus the Husky. They're both rather inexpensive compared to a Parks tool, which is designed specifically for bicycles. And how you ended up getting both. Anyways, we're going to compare the Husky to the Harbor Freight. The Harbor Freight with a coupon I got for about $14, 14 and change. This was 24 and change. So let's say 15 and 25, so $10 difference between the two. They both have SAE and metric sizes. I believe the as far as which sizes the sets have, they pretty much have the same sizes as far as the metric. I know one complaint that I read a lot about the SAE set from Harbor Freight is does not have a 1/4 inch, which is a very common size to use if you're using SAE hex keys. The Husky does have the 1/4 inch. Anyway, so let's just pull up the biggest wrench here, which would be the 10 millimeter, and we can compare the difference. So with the Harbor Freight tool, the Pittsburgh, they're both warranted for life. You get a solid, a hard plastic handle, has a little hole there where you can hang it somewhere. It has the size written here, 10 millimeter. Also has the size written on the shaft, chrome vanadium 10. As far as the Husky has a, you can see it has a more substantial handle, better grip, especially I have a pretty big hand, so for me it's a lot easier to grab that Husky. The handle on the Husky is rubberized, whereas this is just hard plastic. It has the size here, 10 millimeter, a little difficult to see. It does not say the size anywhere on the metal part of it. Key factor is that with the Husky, you're getting a conventional tip here, and you're getting the rounded tip with the Harbor Freight one, with the Pittsburgh, where you can work at different angles. Whereas this, if you're not straight on, it's not going to work. This has like a coating, like a black coating on it, whereas this is feels a little rougher. But when you look at it, I think the machining on this one is a little finer. The edges are just a little sharper. As far as length, they're about the same length. The Harbor Freight is a little longer, right at that rounded tip, just a little longer, maybe a 1/4 inch. One thing I like, or a couple of things I like about the Harbor Freight set is the stand. It has this really cool stand. Has clearly written what size hex key, let me see, it is on the front there, 10 millimeter, 8 millimeter, 6 millimeter, 5 millimeter, whereas here they're all jumbled up. You don't know what you're getting. The other thing that this one has that the Husky should do is color coded. The metric are in gray, the SAE are in blue. Here, this one's metric, and this one's a 3/16. You don't know which one's metric and which one's standard, so that's one minus there for the Husky. Also, with the Husky, you get this. It's supposed to be a little case, but it's not very useful. They just kind of lay there. So if you have it hanging, they're probably going to fly everywhere. I mean, you can lock these. I was very careful opening it so that it still works, and you can hang them. But then again, very difficult to know which wrench you're getting. What I'm probably going to end up doing is put the metric ones on a magnetic bar, and just kind of stick them to the magnetic bar, and that way I have them handy in order with the size sticking out, and then just put away the SAE ones in my toolbox. Really some plus and minuses to both of them. So plus for the Husky wins on the handle. Big handle, rubberized, really comfortable grip, non-slip, if you got sweaty hands, that's just going to be very slippery. Pluses on the Harbor Freight. So the handle is a minus, you know, hard plastic handle, but you get the handle does have somewhere where you can hang it on a peg. Okay, they're a little longer, and you get the rounded tip. You get a better stand, and you get the color coded, so you can at a glance know which one's SAE and which one is standard. Basically, I'm going to keep them both. So with time, I'll see which one breaks and which one doesn't. I have to admit, the Husky does feel a little stronger, a little more substantial. So I think the Husky has a little better quality, better handle. They don't have a good stand at all. They're not color coded, as far as, and it's not easy to tell right off the bat what size you're going to pick up. Other than that, they're both good deals. 25 bucks, 15 bucks with a coupon. If I was going to buy one, I would probably buy the Harbor Freight. $10 less, and you get that you get the stand, the color coded, quality is just as good, and the rounded ends. So pretty good deal for both, keeping them both, and with time will tell if one turns out to be really bad versus the other. I'll post another video.